Hey everyone, today I'm talking about the Mario Badescu treatment system for acne and blemished skin. The reason I'm talking about it is I used one of the products, which was the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion, or actually it was called Bye Bye Blemish that I used, which I think is the same product, if not the same make, but just with a different name in different countries. But Bye Bye Blemish is what I used, and if you're like me and you have troubled skin, then you're probably looking for a miracle, and I have been for 20 years now and I haven't found anything. But when I used the Bye Bye Blemish, I thought it was amazing, absolutely amazing. And in fact I have a video that I'll put a link to below on the Bye Bye Blemish, just that lotion. So when I ran out of the Bye Bye Blemish, I thought, well, I'll go and try the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion to check that it is the same. And it is exactly the same product. But I noticed that Mario Badescu has many products for blemished skin, and I found it extremely confusing because there are 9 products in total. And a lot of them seem to say the same thing or something slightly different, and I just wasn't sure which products I should buy, which order I should use them in, what the purpose of them was. And I thought it would be really useful if I sort of researched into it and put it all down on paper, if you like, and then did this video. But also I have done a blog on it. So in this video I'm just going to show you what all the products look like. I have all 9 products, so I'm going to show you what they're like and just quickly tell you what each one does and how you would use it. But on my blog I've listed the price, the ingredients, how to use them. I've put a kind of personal schedule, so if you have blackheads, this is what I would suggest using. If you have cysts, this is what I would suggest using, and in which order, etc. And on my blog I've also put some cheaper alternatives that have the same kind of ingredients, so it might be more useful for you to check the blog out if you can't remember what I've said in the video, and also there'll be more information on the blog. So that said, let's get started. The first product is called silver powder, and this is the pot. So the silver powder says it is for blackheads, and I'll show you what it looks like. It is actually just powder, but it's not silver. I'll take it closer, see if it can focus in on it. Yeah, it's not silver at all, it's a white powder, and this is basically a face mask. So what you do is you take, it says take a cotton wool ball and moisten it and dip it into this and put it onto your skin. But I found that left bits of the cotton wool on my skin when I used it. I don't actually have blackheads, I was using this for a different purpose. But I used a flannel and that was much easier. So you moisten the flannel or muslin cloth or something like that, dip it in and then put this onto your skin, and it almost immediately dries, and it's kind of a clay mask, and this is supposed to draw out impurities. So I used this on a kind of lump I had coming up on my chin here. I thought, well, I'll try it on that because it is supposed to draw out impurities, and I was pretty impressed with it, so I kept on using it. But you don't get very much in this. I forgot the price here. Yeah, £13 this is for this little pot, and if you look at it like that, it doesn't look too bad, but actually it's about halfway down. Oh, that's what the powder looks like. Tissue. The pot only goes to about half of that size, so there isn't actually much powder, and every time you use the powder you use quite a lot of powder, so I'm not sure that I would repurchase that one, just because I don't think it's particularly good value for money, and there are a couple of other things that have similar ingredients that are just not so gimmicky. Like, I don't know another one you can buy in a powder, but certainly there is some masks, clay masks, that you can buy cheaper. So that's the silver powder. Next is the Anti-acne Serum, and this is what it looks like. It's in a bottle. It's just a kind of clear, non-sticky liquid, non-stingy liquid, and this is for kind of all skin eruptions, all skin problems, and even as a prevention. So you just put a light layer of this on after your cleansing, and it's supposed to prevent further breakouts, clear up any that you've got. I've used this a little bit, but this has been probably the one I've used the least because it doesn't feel like it's doing anything, I have to say. This is £21 for this little bottle, which is pretty expensive, but it would last a long time because you don't need very much of it. Yeah, I don't really have an awful lot to say about that. I can't say that it's prevented breakouts because I do have a breakout at the moment, so it definitely hasn't done that, but then I haven't used it every single day. I've been more concentrating on the area that I do have trouble with, so maybe it's worth it, maybe it's not. I'm kind of, the jury's out on that at the moment, but that's that. The next product is the Mario Badescu Buffering Lotion, so that's what it looks like there. I don't know whether you can see it there, no you can't, that just looks like a white milky liquid, but when it sits and settles it actually goes into white milky liquid and a clear liquid, and you have to shake this one, which is unlike some others that you don't shake. So you shake this one and then you put this one on your skin after you're cleansing also, but this one is for large deep cysts, and it says when they first appear. What I would say about this is it smells really, really strongly. It's not a horrible smell, it's not an eggy, sulphury smell or anything like that, it's just like a really strong alcohol smell. So you shake it, and I've been putting it on my chin, and like just for the first few seconds you're kind of like, whoa, that's quite overpowering, because it's obviously right near your nose. So I really like this though, just because it feels kind of strong on the skin. I don't know whether you'll understand what I mean by this, but it actually feels like it's doing something. It's only ever so slightly stingy in the kind of areas where you've got blemishes. So that gives me some comfort that something is happening. I don't know whether that makes sense or not. I've been using it for the last couple of weeks, and has my skin been better? Yes, in general it has been better. I do have a big breakout going on here at the moment, but I'm working on some other products with that, and they definitely seem to be helping and making it less noticeable, so that's good. So that's the Buffering Lotion, which is £16.50. But like I said, I do give some alternatives to these products on the blog. The next product is the one that I talked about at the beginning. This is the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion, and you can see if I turn that round, there's actually two products in there. There's the pink calamine lotion at the bottom, and then the rest of the lotion there. So you're not to shake this. The idea is that you use this pink sediment in the bottom. So actually there's not that much in here, because this is obviously just to, well, it does something chemical to this, I guess keeps it moist or something. So you dip your cotton wool bud right into the bottom there, get some of that pink sediment and put it onto your spots. Now, the purpose of this is for individual spots, and it's an overnight treatment. So you clean your skin, put whichever product you're going to use on as your kind of prevention or your treatment, and then on any particular troublesome blemish you can get your little cotton bud in there and pile this on. This is the first product I used that was really good. This is what I'm using on. I've got a particularly painful lump in my chin just here, so I've been lathering this on at night, and it definitely keeps it at bay. It reduces the size of it. I'm really impressed with this, and I will keep on using this. I'll definitely repurchase it. There's nothing else. I don't think I have a cheaper alternative for this, because I can't find anything else with the same ingredients. I think this has got sulphur in it. Yeah, sulphur, salicylic acid and calamine lotion, and I think the Murad range has sulphur and salicylic acid in it, but it doesn't have the calamine. And this is, let's see how much this is. This is £17.50 for this bottle, so it is still quite expensive, but to me it's totally worth it for that. So that's that product. I don't think you could use that one in the day, because it does dry pink as calamine lotion does. So the next product is the Mario Badescu Special Healing Powder, which is this. It looks like a little pot of mineral makeup until you open it and find out that it's green. So this is what the powder is like. Don't tip it up too much. That's what the powder's like inside. So it kind of has a green tint to it. If it didn't, then it would be really nice to use as a face powder actually, because you put it on and you can feel it instantly mattifying. What does it say this for? It says it's for large deep cysts post eruption. So the idea with this is that you can put it under some of the masks, so you can put it directly onto one particular spot to try and dry it out, and then put a mask on top of it. But the way I've been using it is with a makeup brush. I've just been putting a light dusting of it on top of all the other layers that I've been doing at night, and you can feel it just mattifying and kind of taking out the oils and everything, which is really good as long as you put a good moisturiser on to kind of replenish them in the morning. So I've really been enjoying this. Like I said, if it was a little bit more skin coloured, I'd like it. And there is a much cheaper product that has the same ingredients that you can get, which I talk about on the blog, so that's good because this is £11 for this. It's quite a lot in it though. So next we're on to, there's 4 products left. We've got 2 creams and 2 masks. I'll talk about these together actually. You've got the drying cream and the healing cream, and let's have a look how similar or not similar they look. I'd be interested to see these side to side actually. So that's the 2 creams there. Oh, they're really strong actually. I can smell them just from taking off the lid. This one is the healing cream and this one is the drying cream. This one is a little bit herbal smelling and it's actually quite nice. You kind of wouldn't be surprised to have that put on in a facial or something like that. It's a little bit odd smelling, but it's not horrible. This one, you would be surprised if somebody put it on in a facial because it's got a little bit of a kind of eggy smell to it. But that's, I guess, because there's more sulfur in this one. So you can use these together, and I have been using them together. The healing cream, the idea is that you can use this instead of moisturiser or before moisturiser, and this one you use after moisturiser. This one you put on and it does just feel like a very light moisturiser. It doesn't feel like a rich moisturiser. So if your skin's getting all dry, you probably need something else as well. But I have just been using this as my moisturiser on my chin, and then I've been using my normal moisturiser on the rest of my face. And then over that I've been using the drying cream in areas that needed it, i.e. this little blemishy area here. You only need the tiniest bit of this, and this actually, but more so with this. You just need a little spot, and then it kind of spreads very easily and it dries, and you can feel that it's a really, really matte feeling, so it obviously is drying your skin in a good way. The prices of these they're both £14 for these little tubs, but both of these would last a really, really long time, I think. So although I have given alternatives, I think these are pretty good value for money because, like I said, I think these will last a long, long time. Would I repurchase these? I can't remember what I said on my blog. Probably. I'd probably repurchase both of these actually because they do different things. One feels like it's drying your skin out when you need it to, and once the blemishes kind of get to the healing stage, I will just use the healing cream and I'll stop using the drying cream, and that should be okay. So that's those 2. And then the final 2 are the drying mask and the healing and soothing mask. Actually, I should have told you those last 2 products what they say they are for. The healing cream said it's for large deep cysts post eruptions, and the drying cream said also for large deep cysts post eruptions. So these 2, the drying mask says it's for large deep cysts pre and post eruption, or oily skin. This can also be used for just oily skin. And then the healing and soothing mask is for large deep cysts post eruption, or skin, broken out skin that's in the healing stage, you know, when it goes all kind of dry and ew. So I'll show you the drying mask first. That's what it looks like in there. It doesn't look nice. It smells horrible, I have to tell you. It just looks like mud in there. It actually feels quite nice on the skin. It's got quite a kind of silky texture. I've been putting it on my chin obviously, and I don't like the smell at all. No, it's not a deal breaker, like I wouldn't stop using it because I don't like it, but I'm happy when it's time to take it off. It smells like petrol. That's what it smells like to me. It's not got that eggy smell, which is weird because it is sulphur, but yeah, it smells like petrol. It smells like I have petrol on my chin, which is very weird. But I think it's doing a really good job because I have used a combination of these. You'll see on my blog where I put what the schedule is for the kind of cystic problems. That's the schedule that I've been using. I'll probably just go over that in a minute if I've got time. But this is one of the products that I do feel like it's been helping. This healing and soothing mask is much nicer. Actually smells okay. It's not much of a smell to this one, but it's just like a cream, more like a creamy, doesn't dry kind of mask. I haven't been using this much only because my skin hasn't been in that healing stage, unfortunately. It's been in that horrible lumps under the skin stage. So when I do get to that stage, which I will shortly, I'm sure, with this horrible lump on my skin, I will definitely use this. I have used it a couple of times just to see, and it does feel like it gives some moisture back into your skin. So you know, when you've been using loads of these Blemish products and your skin has just gone completely dry, this is a really good one to use. I would probably repurchase both of these, I have to say. There's not very many things in the range that I wouldn't repurchase. Probably the only one that's a definite no is this Anti-acne Serum. So what I've been doing is cleanse my skin, then I put on a layer of this buffering lotion, then I put the drying mask on top and let that work, then take the drying mask off and put some more buffering lotion on, then put on the healing cream, then the drying cream. It's quite a process. Then I've been putting some of this powder just lightly over my whole chin. Then I have been putting this as the kind of final step just before I go to bed on any particular troublesome bits. So like this lump in my chin at the moment, I've been putting this on it. And then, like I said, occasionally I've been using the Healing and Soothing Mask, and I will use that again when needed. Oh, and I've also been using the silver powder just as a kind of mini face mask now and then, because this has nearly run out actually. So yeah, I've been kind of using everything. So there is a lot of products, like I say, but I really feel like I have faith in these products because unlike anything else I've ever used, they're not just drying my skin out. I feel like I've tried Proactive, I've tried everything with salicylic acid in it. I've tried everything with benzoyl peroxide in it. I've tried, what other products? You know, all the Clearasil range. I've tried Murad products. I feel like I've kind of tried everything, and all they've ever done is just dried out my skin. Now, the weird thing is, a lot of these are called drying cream, drying mask, drying lotion. But I don't feel like that's all they're doing. I feel like they're actually working deeper into the skin, and I can feel a difference. I can see a difference. Normally this lump at this stage would be so big that I wouldn't want to go out and I wouldn't be able to cover it, and you know, it'd be much more obvious than it is. But I feel like with using these, it's definitely kept things at bay. So I think they're really good. Like I said, there are some cheaper alternatives, and I have listed them on the blog, which you can go and have a look at. I'll put a link below so that you can go and quickly check that out. And particularly actually for this one, like I said, there is a much cheaper alternative that I would buy instead of this. It's more skin coloured. You can use it as a powder. So I hope that was useful to you, and I hope that this has given you some kind of hope that there is something out there that may help you. If you do have any questions about any of these products, then please post the comments below, or you can post them on my blog where I've put details of everything, and I'd love to hear your experiences with it. That would be great, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.